What if the moment that broke your heart was actually the moment God set your future in motion? The story of Joseph begins with betrayal, pain, and silence, but it ends in purpose, power, and promise. And it reminds us that God is always working, even when life falls. Apart Joseph was a young man living in the land of Canaan, deeply loved by his father Jacob. This love was visible, and it stirred jealousy in the hearts of his brothers. Joseph also carried dreams from God, dreams that showed him rising above his family. When he shared them, his brothers grew angry, unable to accept that the one they looked down on could be chosen for greatness one day. Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were tending sheep. When they saw him approaching, they allowed their jealousy to turn into cruelty. They stripped Joseph of his robe and threw him into an empty pit. Alone and terrified, Joseph cried out, but no one came. His brothers sold him to merchants, and he was taken to Egypt. As a slave, in a single moment, Joseph went from favored son to forgotten. Captive in Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Even there, God was with him. Joseph worked faithfully, and everything he touched prospered. Potiphar noticed this and placed Joseph over his entire household. But when Joseph refused wrongdoing, he was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Once again, Joseph suffered for doing what was right. Still, Joseph did not lose faith. In prison, God gave him favor and wisdom. Joseph soon found himself helping others and interpreting dreams for two servants of Pharaoh. God revealed the meanings, and everything happened exactly as Joseph said. Yet Joseph was forgotten again and remained in prison for years, waiting while time passed and hope seemed distant. Then Pharaoh himself had troubling dreams. No one could explain them until Joseph was remembered. Joseph stood before Pharaoh and made it clear that the wisdom came from God. He explained that 7 years of abundance would come, followed by 7 years of famine, and that preparation was needed. Pharaoh recognized the Spirit of God in Joseph and elevated him. Instantly, Joseph was placed second in command over all Egypt, entrusted with saving the nation when famine struck the surrounding lands. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt seeking food. They did not recognize the brother they had betrayed years earlier. Joseph tested their hearts and saw that they had changed. When he finally revealed himself, he did not seek revenge. Instead, Joseph forgave them, saying that what they meant for evil, God used for good to save many lives. Joseph reunited with his father and brought his family safely to Egypt. The pit, the prison, and the pain were all part of a greater plan. Joseph's journey teaches us that delay does not cancel destiny. Betrayal does not stop purpose, and God can turn even the darkest moments into something powerful. When God is writing your story, the pit is never the end. It is only the beginning of the palace.